Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again with another update. I think this is update number 29, but I have 5 questions sent in by the scribers, and I always like to help them if I can. Okay, the first one has to do with those darn lights on the batteries. Okay, I want to be real honest with you guys. We pay absolutely zero attention to the lights anymore. The only light that I am concerned about on those batteries is a flashing red light. I assume, and I'm not 100% positive, but I think so, because I tested it with a voltmeter, the flashing red light on an EB3000 battery, I believe means that it's over voltage, which means it's kind of overcharging. I've only seen it one time, and that's when I was pushing really heavy. I was putting like 2,000 watts into the system, and then it filled up, and then one battery did that for like, I think, 5 seconds. So if you do see a flashing red light on the battery, obviously, check all your charging and make sure you're not, pushing too much. Sometimes, every piece of mechanical equipment out there could and would make mistakes. That might have been a glitch where for 5 seconds it put the battery, the energy in the wrong battery instead as it was balancing. Very possible. That happened once, and I've owned this system since with the actual full system. Let's see, November 2nd, 2022 is when the first day I hooked up the entire 8 kilowatt system. I think I was the first person on the internet that had a full system. So that's the only light. Green light, red light, guys, I don't even care anymore. I really don't, because I don't think it's relevant, because I've cycled this. I don't even know. I really don't even know. It has to be more than 100,000 watt hours, easily. I try to cycle it maybe either half of it or fully once a day. So, kind of do the math there. It might even be more than that. I have no idea anymore. I lost track. But like I said, I've had this for 5.5 months. I've had 0 problems with it. I saw one flashing red light one time for a couple seconds, and that was it. But also I was pushing in 2,000 watts. The system wasn't really designed to do that. You know what I mean? They didn't design it to charge through the main 1,300 watts and then through the batteries at 800. It wasn't designed like that. It was designed for kind of charging it as a standalone battery. But it does work, but it takes a while. And this is why I don't recommend it much anymore unless you really need it. Like, hey, I got to get this charged. There's a problem in the world, whatever, emergency, okay. Or if you just put a little bit in there and then don't fill it up completely, because once it's full, this meter will sit at 100% for a little while. And I mean like possibly up to a half an hour, because it's slowly understanding, even with a restart, it's slowly understanding that the battery is full and it's resetting itself. And it takes time. It just takes time. Because like I said, the system was not designed to charge at 2,000 plus watts. That was a test that I did, and I took full responsibility for that myself. And obviously it works. It's still active, right? There's the DC part. There's a DC out and the AC out. I'm not a DC guy. I don't use them much. If need be, fine. If you're in your vehicle, fine, because you're kind of stuck with DC for the most part in your vehicles. But now I have AC in the vehicle with this guy in my RV. So that's all I have to say about the lights. I think that's the after 5.5 months, I think that's the most intelligent answer that I could come up with, and it sounds dumb. That's the irony of that. I don't pay any attention to the lights anymore. I'm getting full cycles. I'm getting 7,000 watt hours plus on every cycle. Everything is metered. DC in is metered. AC out is metered. DC out is metered when I have, which I rarely use, as I said. But everything is metered. It's all bagged and tagged and logged. I've been keeping notes and records on this thing for 5.5 months. So I think that's a hell of a stress test. Pushed it up to 2,000 watts input charging, and I pushed it almost to well, actually more than 2,000, because once you hit 2,000 with this, guys, it just splits and goes into safety. Like, you have milliseconds of over 2,000 before it cuts off. So it's not like that Oukitel where I can sit there and I can push that to 2,500 watts and 26 and sometimes 27 for a short time. This is 2,000 watts. You hit 2,000, you better be ready to reset it. Okay, that's question 1. That was a long one. But I want to make sure that people completely understand, because like I said, I'm still getting these questions. I guess I'm the page to go to for Pecron now, so that's okay. I'll take it. If I can help, I'm happy to. Number two is, can I hot swap the batteries? They were asking if, like, say they had a full 8K system like I do, and they want to buy another 2 sets of batteries. Now, this was my idea as well, and I might do this, but I might not. I'd like to just buy a whole nother system, an 8K. I'm waiting for a good sale where I can get the whole system good. You know, I'm the same as you guys. Pecron doesn't give me any special treatment, really. So, you know, even though I'm reviewing all their stuff. They did send me a couple panels. I take that back. Those P300 panels are unbelievably good. So yeah, there's a special treatment, I guess. So I take that back. Basically, if you had like one main unit and you had 2 batteries in the house, and let's say you had 2 batteries in your RV or your van V or whatever you have, your car, your trunk, you know, wherever you put your campsite, your wherever, your hunting cabin. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can. I've tested it myself. As far as one battery, I was able to test hot swap one battery. So I used the system for a whole day, and then I charge up the main again. This is the important part, though. I charge up the main to 100%, and then I go hook it out to the van or the RV to the other battery for a day. And the nice thing about this system is, because it is kind of there's no nice word for it, kind of dumb. You know, it doesn't have all the communication stuff, it's all the fancy ones, the apps and everything. It's to our advantage, because this system does not understand that battery 1 and battery 2 is battery 1 and battery 2. You know what I'm saying? It just knows that there's a battery here and there's a battery there. It doesn't look at probably serial numbers. It doesn't look at, you know, communications as far as, oh, you're such and such telephone number. It just knows that 2 batteries are hooked to it, and that's the power meter for that. So that's a plus. So if you had 2 batteries and you kept the batteries in your RV and they were charged by, like, say, solar or, you know, whatever, or just on standby, or you had them sitting in the house and then you want to take them, you can just take your head unit, pop that into your system, and if all 3 pieces are at 100% charge, just plug them in. Like I said, this system has no idea what it's doing as far as what it's talking to, really. It seems that way. I've had it for 5.5 months. And it worked for me when I did 1 battery. So first, I'll be buying either 2 more batteries, the EB3000s, and putting those 2 in my RV, and then either using this, like if I go away, I just, you know, rehook all this stuff to the, you know, the grid, and I use this head and take it out there, which is less to carry, right, guys? It saves 120 pounds, and just use this head, the main unit, and put that in the RV on top of the batteries. And then, you know, maybe buy a couple extra cables, you know, and then I wouldn't have to take the cables too. But, you know, it takes a second to pop the cables on. So I don't know what the cables would cost. I'm guessing probably like 50 to 100 bucks. So that's not cheap cable in there, and that's probably a hell of a lot of copper in there. Okay, so yes, you can do that, as long as I recommend, as long as you have the full 3 pieces charged at 100%. And then the system doesn't have a clue what it's doing. It just does. You know what I'm saying? That's why I bought this system. That's why a lot of people bought this system, because it's so kind of slow that way. It just works. You know, no fancy apps, no logs, no graphs, no all that stuff. Just you turn it on, you use your electricity, you make a pizza, some popcorn, have, you know, some coffee, some hot chocolate, and you're done, and you turn it off and you go home. Simple. And that's what I was looking for too. Also, guys, I didn't want this, you know, super lab coat setup. You know, I maybe later I'd like that, but right now I just want a battery that works. Okay, so number 3 is, should I run the unit with the cover on? Short answer, no. For a lot of people, I don't know if they still get them. Maybe someone could put in the comments if they still send it with. There was like a raincoat kind of cover. It was really nice. Pecron did a hell of a job shipping this stuff. The packing was unbelievable, like way overdone. It was awesome. Very, very good. I haven't had any dents or dings on anything that they sent me. And they sent me, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 pieces that I know of in this room that are Pecron, and I bought 4 out of the 6, because the 2 that they sent me were the PB300s. Everyone was packaged to the T, and I mean perfect. I couldn't have done a better job myself. So I have no complaints of their packing. Boy, I almost forgot the question. Oh yeah, the cover. So I don't know if they still give it, but it's like a raincoat that goes over the main unit, And I have a feeling it's only for like, like say you were to store it or travel with it, and you put that over and it keeps it from getting, scuffed up or scraped up or dust in it, or possibly, God forbid, something got spilt, and, that would protect, like a raincoat. It does have a zipper in the front, though, that allows you to access all these buttons and panels. If you were to use this extremely, and I mean extremely light for a short time, maybe 25, 50 watts, maybe 100 watts. But I would really, really keep an eye on it, because I wish this had a temperature gauge on it so you can see what the internal vitals are doing inside the system as far as the heat buildup. That would be nice. But you can always tell by the fans. If the fans kick on, it's obviously creating too much heat. That's what the fans are for. So it does kind of have a temperature, but I think that would be neat. I've never seen a temperature gauge on one of these yet. Okay, so let's see, number 4. Oh, so the answer, no, I really wouldn't, unless you literally had to in an emergency, or a very, very extremely light load draw. Number 4 is, can we order longer cables? Now, this was a question that Pecron asked me months ago when I started doing these reviews. The guy that I'm in contact with at the actual, like, I'm not in touch with a rep. I'm in touch with Pecron, the actual corporation that's in China. And they had asked me, they said, do you think that the cables are long enough? And I remember telling them, yeah, because, I mean, they work and they're fine. The only thing I didn't like about them is obviously they're so tough that they're hard to bend. But that's a good thing. That means it's a well-made cable with good copper and good insulation in there. If they would be flimsy, they'd be junk. We've been through that conversation before. However, having this for 5.5 months and all the experience and knowledge that I have with this, I feel like a university here with this system, or college for those, on this side of the pond. It's, well, I lost my train of thought here. I rambled so much, I lost my train of thought. The configuration that I had, if you guys remember, the batteries that I had them facing like this. You know what I mean? I had them facing forward towards the camera so you could see the lights. If you want to do that configuration, you can go back and see the other video that I had. The one that came off the main unit to the first EB3000 was very, very taut. It was very tight. So yes, I think like maybe one more foot would be nice, so you could have them in different configurations. I mean, who am I to say what configuration is the best? You can put it however you want. I like the stacked version. I like that. I think it's a clean look. It reminds me of, like Fender amps on stage. Those of you, play guitars and drums and are in bands and stuff. Fender has, the half stacks and the full stacks on a stage, and then the amps on top of it. That's just what I like. But, that's a personal preference. So you can have however configuration works for you. You could put those batteries, way over there if you want, and then just have the main here and put the batteries like behind it. I didn't like that configuration. I don't know. It all depends on where you put it, how much space you have, of course. As you can see, solar is a little bit better today, not perfect. So the cables, yeah, I think, Pecron, if you're listening, I know you are, maybe it would be nice. I don't think it would cost that much. And you could literally order them on a order basis, you know what I mean? So say someone wants these cables and they want 1 foot longer. Sell them some. I mean, who wouldn't, right? What business wouldn't say you want to buy a product? Yes? Okay, good. And then, like you could have ones that are 1 foot longer, maybe 2 foot longer. I don't know what they would charge. I'm guessing probably 50 to 100 bucks. The cables are not cheap. They're really not. That's a lot of copper in there. But, that would be another accessory that Pecron can have in their arsenal, if you will, for people who need it. Some people might need a longer cable. I don't, but some people might. So that way they at least have the option, right? It's not a mandatory thing where you have to give them money. It's if you want it, you buy it. And if you don't buy it, Okay, so cables. And then the last one was my phone does not charge on the wireless top. Okay, so this is a simple one. I don't use this like literally ever. My wife uses it very, very sporadically, maybe once a month. It's a nice feature to have, but I always have, as you guys saw, I have my homemade Star Trek Enterprise star ball up there. So I like that instead. I'm an old school kid. the two things you're doing possibly wrong. Well, three. Okay, three things that you're possibly doing wrong or didn't know. The first one is if you have your phone in a phone case, do me a favor, take it out of the phone case, try it again. The phone case is made of very heavy, thick, sometimes like ABS plastic or, you know, that really durable plastic. You can't get a wireless signal or energy through that, you know, that's like insulation. So it'd be trying to like scream through a wall. You can't hear on the other side of the wall that's blocking it, right? So take it out of the phone case, stick it up there, try it, let me know how it worked. Okay, number two on the same question. That's very, very precise, I noticed, that you have to move your phone around until the sensors go like this. You know what I mean? They have to talk. So here's your charging pad, here's your phone, and if you put it, you know, crooked, it's not going to like that. It likes to be, you know, right on top of the pad because it's horribly inefficient because it has to go through the air, right? Energy that goes through the air loses a lot. It's probably 50% at best as far as efficiency. So it needs a very, very close connection. Otherwise, you know, you're starting at 50% efficiency. So if you're off just a tad, it's so low, it's like, I can't charge that, you know? So try that, move it around different angles and everything. That also works. It works with my wife's, she has those fancy, she paid like $250 for these things, guys. These little dots that go in your ear, these Android Bud things. Like, you know, I'm an old school guy. I like the big muffler things, you know. But she likes the little dots you put in your ears. I think Apple makes them and Android makes them. She's got both. Matter of fact, she's got, holy cow, she's got all three. I'm going to ramble again. She's got the iPod Pro things. She's got the iPod regular ones, little dots, and then she's got these Android ones. You know, like the only one she's missing is like I think the Dre Beats. So Dr. Dre, do me a favor. I spent like $500 on these buds. Send my wife some free ones, please. I have all your albums. Come on. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the third one I got to remember since I ramble so much, guys. That's kind of, you know, why I picked the name. Your brain gets bouncy sometimes. The case. Boy, hold on, I'm just gonna, boy, I should have wrote them down. Holy cow. Sorry, guys. Well, you clicked on the name, so you kind of knew what to expect. The charger case, not good. Slipped my mind. Oh my God, so simple. Okay, here's the one that most people completely forgot about. This is why I forgot about it. Your phone doesn't allow wireless charging. You will have no idea how many people I have met in life who throw their phone up on a wireless charger and they say it's broken. We have wireless chargers at the shows and people will set their phone up there and they'll go, yeah, your wireless charger's broke. And then I move their phone, I put another phone there, I say it works fine. Because their phone doesn't have the option in it. It seems overlooked. It seems very simplistic, but some people don't know. I didn't know. I'm not a phone guy. I don't like phones. You know, I'm a computer guy. I'm a PC guy, you know. But some people, they still, after all the years of having phones, they don't realize that just because something has a feature doesn't mean you can use it because your phone might be either too old or didn't have it, right? So, like a lot of people, they get these older phones and they throw it up there, and then, like I said, they complain your thing is broken. It's like it's not. Your phone doesn't work with it. So, not to be mean to anybody, but you know, we all go through that learning curve, and sometimes we make such simple mistakes. That's why it took me so long to remember it. It's such a simplistic thing. You know, how come my car doesn't do cruise control like my friends? You don't have cruise control installed. You know what I mean? It's like it's that simple of something that you overlook it. So, yeah, as funny as that is, guys, leave me a comment, guys. Give me all your crazy stories and your questions. I love them. I love doing these videos for you guys. If I don't have the answer, I'll get it for you. I was also told by Pecron themselves that they're sold out of the black units, and I don't know when they're going to get more in. Like I said, I don't work for Pecron. I don't. I just have a very good, like a connection because of all the tests I ran. They gave me a direct number directly, not a number, an email that goes directly to Pecron. And that way I don't have to, you know, go around all these, you know, marketers and all this stuff. But they're completely out of the black version. The black version doesn't bother me. I like the orange. I like it. I think it's cool. I didn't like it at first. But you know, my favorite time of the year is Christmas and Halloween. So Halloween is obviously black and orange. So you know, I'm kind of down for that. Although I don't like candy corn, guys. Let me know if you like candy corn. That is the most horrible candy ever. Yeah. Okay. So that's enough rambling for today. Hopefully this video will help you. Hopefully this channel has helped you. We have lots of links. If you need something, if you want to use those links, wonderful. If you don't, I understand. That supports the channel, and I really want to grow this into a big thing because we've helped so many people now. So many people. That first video that I put up on this channel has more than 2,000 views on it, and that was just some guy rambling about a product that he bought, which was me, and he didn't know how to use it, and he found some information. And look what it's, you know, grown into. It's got like legs. You know what I mean? So to all the scribers out there, thank you personally. Thank you very much. I love having you here. All the people that stop by and just, you know, kind of watch the videos, hit the like button. Show other people that there's good information in here. It's not just a guy rambling. The guy's got facts in there, and it helps a lot of people. Or even better, join the Scriber family. We're going to have a huge following soon, and I want you to be here where, you know, it first started. All right, guys, travel safe, and I will see you again. Ramblin Bob out. Bye, guys.